Three, two, one. Hey, it's Wildjosh from Geek-Cetera, and I'm joined by Chase. And tonight, we're going to talk about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series as we just found out who the cast is going to be. Now, let's get geeky. About 8 hours ago, on their social media, Star Wars released a list of their casting for Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series that's coming out. It's going to be directed by Deborah Cho and is six episode series, miniseries. So I thought we could go through and just kind of talk about some of these choices. Now, obviously, a lot of them we don't have any information except for the actor who's in the role. We don't have the character's name, but we can kind of think about who could be. So obviously, Ewan McGregor is slated for all 6 episodes as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Hayden Christensen is slated for all 6 episodes as, interestingly enough, Darth Vader, according to IMDb anyway.
Yeah, that's gonna be like Anakin Darth Vader, not suit Darth Vader is my bet. Because you can hire any man to be in the suit, but I feel like this is gonna be like flashbacks or some of like the temple recording. I don't know how dark they're gonna go. I hope probably not slaughtering younglings, but I would still think that that Hayden Christensen will be playing Anakin as Darth Vader, not cyborg Darth Vader.
So you're talking about the small little time period between when he turns to Darth Vader and then when he actually becomes the man in the suit. Because as soon as he puts that suit on, his voice becomes James Earl Jones, and like I said, it doesn't really matter who's in the suit.
You can hire any person. So how long of a time period is that really? Because the timing, like the spacing in episode 3 was terrible. Because from minute 1 to end of movie happens over the course of 9 months. They give an hour, like an hour and a half of movie, 2 hours is 9 months of time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true. Because she was just pregnant.
She didn't look pregnant at all to all of a sudden having twins. Like,
so
somebody's gonna know. Like, Anakin comes back and she's like, "I have news." And he's like, "Well, obviously you're pregnant." So, so how long between when Anakin chops off Mace Windu's hand to until everything happens? Because obviously Yoda has to get from Kashyyyk back to Coruscant. Obi-Wan was on Utapau back to Coruscant.
One of the interesting things that was absent, which seems like it would be a really one that would be there, would be James Earl Jones, because if
we're gonna have any Vader,
if we're gonna have any Vader, can it really be anyone else voicing him? I don't think so. So from those two named characters who are slated and according to IMDb going to be in all 6 episodes of the miniseries, then the two other named characters that we get are Joel Edgerton and Bonnie Peace, who played Owen Lars and Beru Lars in the prequels.
Uncle Owen, Aunt Beru.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're kind of like starting to piece together a little bit about what the story may be about, because if they're involved, we know that in episode 3, we saw Obi-Wan leave Luke Skywalker with those two. So it makes me wonder, are we going to be based on Tatooine with young Luke? Who knows? Maybe a toddler at this point, or a teenager, or somewhere there. And we'll get to actually see that Luke Skywalker. It would be a lot easier to do if he's younger than if he's closer to his age that we got him in New Hope. But none of the actors that were revealed really resemble that character at all.
No.
So I would be surprised if any of them are going to be playing Luke Skywalker.
You would think that what they did for Mando, where they hired an actor and then CGI'd a Mark Hamill, they would probably use that same guy, would they not, if they were going to do, New Hope Luke?
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe the reason they don't release him in the cast list is to make us think that we're not gonna get Luke. But yeah, I'm down with Luke being like a young kid or a teenager.
Yeah, I think that would fit the best.
Hmm.
And then you don't need to get anyone that, I mean, someone that looks kind of similar to
Yeah.
what Mark Hamill would have looked like, but
Hmm.
doesn't have to be any CG or anything like that.
Yeah.
So the next character, or next actor, I should say, because now from here on out, it's just actors' names, and we get to guess who they're playing, is Rupert Friend. Now, Rupert Friend may stick in some of your minds. He was in the Hitman Agent 47 movie that they did. He was actually Agent 47, and he was in Pride and Prejudice, the 2005 version. He played Mr. Wickman. Um, so yeah, he's been in a few different other things too, but I have no idea who he could play. He does kind of have a younger Obi-Wan looking face, but I don't is he even really that much younger? I don't know. He was born in 81, so that means he's 39.
I would think if they're gonna do any young Obi-Wan, they could just probably CGI Ewan McGregor.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So
my
he's probably
my
going to be
guess. Yeah.
playing a brand new character is what my guess would be.
Yeah.
Um, but like it's so hard to put who these people
Yeah.
could be playing because we don't even know
We have no story.
anything about
Yeah.
this. Yeah, we have no idea when it's going to be, where it's taking place. But
Really, the only thing we know of Obi-Wan's life on Tatooine is that he kills Darth Maul, and we don't have Ray Park in the cast list. So
that's true. Yeah, and that was an older Obi-Wan. That was
that
to
was
the point where he was starting to look more
I
like
Obi-Wan is
the other
never
Obi-Wan.
really gets that old. We think like 19 years from End of Revenge of the Sith. Like he has
He
some
got old
serious PTSD, like going with the
too
gray and
young.
whatever. Like that's one thing that kind of bothered me is that the age doesn't really fit with Sir Alec Guinness and Ewan McGregor. But
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, Two Sons must have really aged him quickly because
yeah,
he got
I
old
that's
fast.
yeah, that's a good science explanation. But
So the next person we get is Moses Ingram. Uh, no idea who this person really is. I've never seen him in anything. They're listed on IMDb as being in The Queen's Gambit, which is a miniseries, and Candace as Charlie. I have no idea any of those.
me neither.
But kind of a striking looking actor. I can imagine that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It could be. I don't know if this person's a character actor or if they're like would be in makeup or if they would just be playing,
Yeah,
someone visible.
don't know.
But they were listed in the announcement as well. Another one is O'Shea Jackson Jr., who has been in a few different things. He was in Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
I was like, I'm looking at the picture. I'm like, he looks very familiar, but
Yeah, he
also,
looks like a tough guy.
yeah, I don't. He kind of looks like the role. I don't know that this is where they're gonna go. He kind of gives me the role idea of like Finn, where he could be like a
Yeah.
stormtrooper or
Hmm.
some kind of like imperial enforcer. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just the look I get from from him. Like
He does have
he
that
looks
look.
like he means business.
He
So,
also could have a bounty hunter look, where
ooh, oh,
would
I want a Dengar now. Who of these looks like the most Dengar?
that would be awesome. I don't
Yeah.
know if he looks really Dengar.
No, he does. He doesn't. I don't know that
No,
any of these guys really do.
no. But
But
I mean, it could be a brand new bounty hunter that goes out after.
it could be. But
We know Vader has used bounty hunters,
hmm
so he wasn't opposed to it. But he looks like a strong dude.
I wonder if maybe he could play an Inquisitor too, because I know some of the
Oh,
what was it?
oh,
I,
that
I
would
want
be
to say like
really
fifth
cool.
brother or something. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I
I
don't know.
hope some of these guys are Inquisitors because that'd be really cool to see the
Yeah,
Inquisitors in live action.
and it'd be shocking if they didn't send out Inquisitors. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's a good call. I like that. And he could definitely play an Inquisitor. He wouldn't be like the the quick and nimble one. He'd be
No.
like the bigger dude.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, yeah, I
The
like
kind that
that.
throws you through a door. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And then we have Sung Kang, who was in the Fast and the Furious movies. He was in 6, and he was in Tokyo Drift, and he was in
That's why he
5.
looks familiar. Okay.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff.
Hmm.
So no idea here as to who he's playing. Could be an Inquisitor, could be a local as to whatever planet he's on.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, and I'm not trying to typecast, but maybe a character that's like Chirrut. I was thinking, someone with force attunement. He
Yeah.
looks like he's got some martial art skills.
Yeah.
So next we get Simone Castle, which is
Okay.
that's a pretty cool last
So,
name for being a Star Wars castle.
yeah. One of the first things I saw when I saw her picture
Hmm.
is we know that at some point Obi-Wan goes through the training that Yoda did to manifest themselves after death.
Hmm.
So I wonder if that could be an episode that we see, because maybe she could be like one of those, like, I don't even know what they were, but like the Force
Oh, there was the
beings.
father and then the daughter
No, I'm
and the
not. I'm not
son.
thinking like Mortis level. So
Oh,
when
okay.
when Yoda did that training to basically become a Force ghost that Qui-Gon told him about, and then
Hmm.
Yoda says, "An old friend learned the path to immortality. I'm gonna have you do some training while you're on Tatooine." But like Yoda went to that planet during the Clone Wars TV series, and there was like that being that had like the mask on, and then
Yeah.
Yoda had to fight like the evil version of himself and saw an alternate reality where Dooku wasn't evil. Um, but yeah, so she gave me vibes of like, oh, Obi-Wan on this training path. I don't know
I could
why,
see
but
that.
that's just
I
one of the
could see
things I
that.
thought.
I get two possibilities from her, and I'm probably way off, but I have to go big. Number one is the Inquisitor in the Fallen Order.
Trilla?
That was Trilla.
Okay. I like your idea better.
I see that look like she could play
Mm-hmm.
that character.
I think it's the jawline.
Yeah. And then the other one, and I get this less, but because it would involve makeup, it could possibly
Mm-hmm.
work, is Hera.
That one's possible too.
She's
Uh-huh.
got like the body shape of, of Hera, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously she doesn't have the Lekus, but they that
Unfortunate.
was on there. Yeah. But I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like the Inquisitor idea, the
I
Trilla.
do. I like your ideas better than mine. I like
That's
both your ideas better than mine.
it's a possibility.
Yeah.
She's probably none. But
None of the above. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. She was in San Andreas. She was in a lot of stuff. Terra Nova, the TV series. I remember that series. It was pretty good. Uh, Wonderland. Yeah, Crossing,
Hmm.
The Reckoning. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Okay, we move on to this. Is a really interesting choice because I feel like this guy's kind of a big actor, and it's Kumail Nanjiani. I never say that last name right. Nanjiani, who is going to be in the Eternals. He's Kingo in the Eternals. So like
Hmm.
he's kind of been in some bigger stuff. He was in The Big Sick, um, Men in Black International, which was terrible, but we won't go there. He was, yeah. So he's been in a few different
Mm-hmm.
things. I'm surprised that he would take this role, but I don't know what his role is. So I feel like if he's going to be used, he's got to be something kind of integral because maybe he's just I don't
I would
know.
think the fact that they're releasing these people as like as cast members, they have to have somewhat of a big role,
Yeah,
because think about how many cameos we got from just Star Wars fans, like big name actors who literally are just a stormtrooper. We had
yeah,
Daniel Craig be a stormtrooper in Force Awakens. He was not on the cast list. Nobody even knew until afterwards. So it's
yeah.
like if you're going to announce the character, you've got to have some kind of role. So,
That's true. That's a good point. Depending on the timing of all this,
mhm.
Could it be someone like Ezra's dad? I don't know.
Yeah. And that's
Because
possible.
he definitely wouldn't be able to play Ezra. He's too old to play
Yeah.
Ezra, and it sounds like they already have their Ezra picked. So if this was really early, he could be the right time frame to play Ezra's dad. So I really don't know, but I kind of like it's Ezra's dad, or it could be Ezra's dad. I'm probably way off, but
Yeah.
just going on.
I'm
on
good.
just
I'm good
looking
with
along
that
the
one.
age. Yeah. Then we go to Benny Safty. And I don't know anything this guy has been in. Uncut Gems, he was in that, which I hear was really good, but I never saw it. So this guy's look doesn't give me much to go on.
No.
Um,
Alien.
yeah, I know.
I think it's like his eyes.
Yeah, his eyes are kind of
Wonky.
He's got big eyes. Yeah, and a little wonky.
Yeah.
But I don't know this actor at all, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
About his acting ability and his style, but yeah, he's one of the names. But the last one is an interesting one too. It's Indira Varna. Varma. Indira Varma. I said that right. And I get from her look, I could see her playing. Now she was born in '73, so she's a little old for that role. Unless it was like I was thinking Sabine, but now that I think of the age, she would be too old.
Way too old, yeah.
But could she be the Mandalorian that Obi-Wan fell in love with? What was her name?
Oh, Satine?
Satine. She does. It's hard because I'm trying to just look at her face structure because hair color really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was trying to. I'm like, she's not blonde. I don't see it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's possible. I think the cheekbones, yeah.
Yeah.
But also it'd have to be that's like more flashback scene stuff because she did. So
that's true too. Yeah. She is dead. What was the sister in that?
Bo-Katan.
Oh yeah, it was Bo-Katan. We already have Bo-Katan.
We have Bo-Katan, and that's Katie Sackhoff. So
yeah. I could be off on that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard. They did not want to give us any information. They're like, here you go. Here are some people.
Here's some people. A lot of them you've never heard of.
A lot of them you've never heard of. If you look it up on IMDb, the only names that show are Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, and Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much it. So, well, let us know what you think of the list of names that just came out from Disney for Obi-Wan, the miniseries. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the actors and who they might be playing and how they tie into the Star Wars universe. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you're notified anytime we get new information. And until next time, hello there.
I'm not brave enough for politics.